Yeah.
November 18?
That's my birthday. Yeah, thank you very much.
November 18th.
Wow.
May 6th.
Yeah.
April
12.
12th. April 12th. Tell you have the same birthday as my cats. It's April 12th. I don't know your birthday and I don't know your birthday. What are you?
August 12.
12.
August 12th? What's yours?
I'm a Gemini, I guess.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's just your birthday, huh? Oh, yeah, happy birthday.
10 days ago?
He's like, no.
I was like, oh yeah, his.
9 days.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
I'm in June, June 4th.
June 4th. November 29. Okay, so this story is all about birthday patterns, right? So this subreddit called Data is Beautiful.
Birthdays. Mine's on the same day every year.
So this subreddit called Data is Beautiful, they, like, someone in that subreddit got this graph. Like, they created this graph with the information that's being provided by the Social Security Administration of the United States, where they got from the years 2000 to 2014, they charted everyone's birth, right,
Somebody
in the
charted.
United States. Okay? And
Somebody
this is
was
what they
bored.
came up with.
They charted.
Charted. Stupid. So it says the most common birthdays in the United States from 2000 to 2014.
Wow.
So as you can see here, so blue is relatively more commman. So if your birthday lands on a blue day, it's more common. Orange is relatively less common, and then this grayish is more average.
Fucking in the beginning of the year?
So that's the thing. So they're saying that with this chart here, you could kind of see that like humans have a mating season actually.
And they have an ability to hold their babies in on holidays. No, look.
No one's being born on a holiday?
Like, okay, it is like that, but not really. It's not holding them in. It's because there's like inducing that gets scheduled.
Okay, yeah.
There's C-sections that are scheduled.
No Christmas, no Christmas.
Yeah, so, and then also people were looking into it and they were like, oh, because right here it says December 25th is the least common birthday, followed by January 1st,
July
December
4th.
Wow.
24th, and July 4th.
Wow.
Because everyone will get outshined by Jesus, so they're not trying to have the same birthday.
So here's the thing.
God's like, you don't share the same birthday as Jesus.
A theory is that because doctors and hospital staff, they don't want to be working necessarily during the holidays. Right, so then they end up scheduling patients to be induced to have C-sections around the holidays.
You better.
So maybe that's why
That makes sense.
it's less.
Better.
Let me ask you, is that the 25th?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, this is the 25th, and then right here is the 1st, January 1st.
And plus, when Santa's working hard, nobody's gonna have babies that night.
No
I
Christmas
feel like
miracle.
also like, because those times are of high stress and you're not thinking about it, because like your stress could also add to when you give birth. Like especially around that time.
Mama gotta say Happy New Year.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know how it really works, but like maybe you're just like trying to like,
I had a baby, I don't know how it works.
Happy New Year.
Look how common September is. So that means they weren't having babies, but they were fucking in Christmas.
That's exactly what it kind of concludes, which, like I said, that humans seem to have a mating season.
That's
and
Chris
that
Kringle.
seems-
He visits everybody.
That seems to be
Chris Kringle's fucking your
I feel
He's like Genghis Khan.
when you're quarantined in the house in Christmas or wintertime, there's nothing to do but to fuck. So you'd start fucking.
damn, imagine how many births are gonna happen this year during Christmas if we're still in quarantine.
Oh, actually, there's a lot, I forgot the number, but it's like thousands of women.
6 trillion.
Thousands of women they have lost their birth control because of changes in governments and all these things, effects of the pandemic. I have really poor information in my brain right now, but
baby boom.
but that's what they're saying, that they're predicting a pandemic baby boom because of that.
It's a pan boom.
Wow.
And they're gonna be immune to coronavirus.
I hope so.
You know what's crazy? So there's like 7 or 8 billion people alive right now, right?
It's almost 8, yeah.
Almost 8.
So say like in 100 years we're gonna have to bury all these people.
Wow.
That's 8 billion people, or like 150 years because people being born now.
Well, they're creating different technologies to
But imagine
dissolve
every 100
bodies.
years there's 8 billion people that are gonna be dead.
Well, they won't all live and die at the same time.
Oh, of course
We
not.
all
But
fit in one city, dude.
And also,
Yeah.
the different, like the human,
life
the
expectancy.
history of humans, they haven't really had this many people be alive at one time, as far as I remember reading. Like we currently have the most amount of people.
Yeah, in the 1950s, there was still only like 2 billion people on this planet. So from the
many people.
1950s to now, it's like ballooned to 8 billion.
Yeah, I shouldn't say human history because as far as they have been keeping records.
But in terms of like, say like people that want to get buried, there's already like a lot of the land that they're like, yo, we can't bury you. There's like
cremate.
Yeah, so I'm saying, but like there's a lot of people that don't want to cremate. Like,
well, that's what makes me wonder. Like when you buy a plot, and like you really own, like your body is the only thing in that plot of land for all of eternity.
Nah, they're gonna forget.
Dig up.
It's like, supposed to be. So my grandpa is buried at Rose Hills over here.
So is Eazy-E.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he is.
And my dad and his brother are already bought plots of land next to him, so the whole family could be together. And it's kind of like real estate, where you're buying that piece of land, and people also buy and sell land as if it's real estate too.
Wait, like with people in it or empty plots?
Empty plots.
How much is a plot? Standard price.
I think when my dad bought it, so the price also goes up like real estate.
Really? And is LA prices more expensive than like Texas real estate for Grace?
So for my dad, I think he spent like, he bought it in the maybe 90s or early 2000s, and it was 10 G's for that spot. And it could be worth 20 G's now or whatever.
I'd rather just get cremated.
like, or why is it illegal to be like, I'm gonna die, can someone bury me in the forest?
Oh yeah.
Probably illegal.
There are laws like that, like you're allowed to sprinkle, or you're allowed to do certain
Sprinkle,
things.
but just bury my whole body. I don't want anyone to spend money.
Dump my body in
dead.
the ocean.
Yeah, like I'm dead. Like
Yeah, but then like, what if the national forest was like, don't be littering?
No, I'm fertilizing the soil.
Or like what? Like you're gonna have to let
Suicide
everybody know about the area, because if somebody like stumbles across your body, they're gonna turn into like some homicide or
Well, like
you know,
the suicide forest in Japan.
That's illegal though.
yeah, that is illegal.
Well, killing yourself is illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but dumping yourself in the forest is illegal too.
What about like shooting like people into space or something? You know?
That's a good
I
idea.
did that like 5 years before I die.
But they're
You want
gonna.
to litter space?
Yeah, but littering with your body is a little bit different than putting, I don't know, like a astronaut in a Tesla car and shooting it.
What if it mummifies because
You're gonna freeze.
it doesn't decompose?
Oh, that'd be a scary space travel. Imagine all the aliens are invading Earth, like, holy fucking shit, look at these fucking dead bodies everywhere.
That's a protective barrier, you know?
Yeah.
It'll be space debris.
Yeah, it's space debris.
Space
we already
debris.
have enough with all these old satellites and shit.
Space trash.
Yeah, there's a
No
lot.
wonder not even allowed to bury. Everyone has to get cremated because there's not enough space.
Yeah, in Hong Kong too, right? In Hong Kong they stopped burying.
I don't know, but a lot of people cremate in Hong Kong for sure.
Yeah.
You think like, since like it's like really fucked up to like dig old bodies up out of ground, instead of digging, we'll just put more dirt over everything?
And put more dead bodies on top of
Yeah.
it? Oh.
In the future?
Oh, maybe that's why there's so many layers and the dinosaurs are way, like,
Because when they buried each other,
Yeah, because there was a real estate problem with the dinosaurs back then.
and they're like, this year there was a lot of deaths with the Stegosauruses, man.
Somewhere in the 1900s, they're gonna balloon up 8 billion.
No, because have you seen those old photos of cities, like for example in LA in the 1920s or whatever? You can see what it looked like and then you see what it looks like now, and then like the street level back then was significantly lower than what it is today because we've piled on so much shit over the years. Isn't that crazy?
That makes sense. Like, what was the movie? Was it Blade Runner?
Sure.
2049? Well, anyways, point is, there's
Futurama.
the concept of like the future of even like Los Angeles, like there's nowhere else to go sideways, so you just have to keep building up like Taiwan or Hong Kong or anything like that, right? So conceptually in like, you know, digital space art and whatever the future, everything goes higher, higher, higher. So eventually maybe like 50, 100 years from now, what we consider a street like, you know, Beverly Hills or
Maybe
Hollywood or
that's why the
Sunset
ozone
is
layer
actually gonna be
is
down
being
here
fucked up.
where buildings are gonna be like all the way up here.
Like the Jetsons.
And yeah, and there's gonna be like levels of freeways.
You know that one famous spot where everyone takes photos in LA?
No,
Where you can like
one?
look down and like there's the light, but it's a street?
no.
Oh yeah, next to the hotel, right?
No, next to the Walt Disney Hall?
Oh, I think I know what you're
Oh,
talking about.
LACMA.
Yeah.
LACMA?
Not like one.
It's the street, and then there's like an overpass, but the light shines through.
Yeah.
Yeah, the white lights.
Oh, that
yeah.
one.
No, not the
Oh,
white
where we-
lights.
Where we did the photo shoot for Barbell?
Yes, that one. But that's like underground, and
Yeah.
when you're under there, it seems like a normal street and everything, and like you see the outside and stuff, but then they build up.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how, like you're explaining, that's like just gonna start building the streets higher and higher.
Everything will just go up.
But it'll be like Futurama when they go down and it's like the original city.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And
like,
the
that's crazy.
more, you know, probably less rich people.
Do
Realistically.
you think that that would affect, like, if all of society, like, ends up doing that, and then we get closer and closer to space? Like, do you think that's what, like, is affecting? Nah. I I just
Finish your thought.
debunked myself.
How what?
Like you build a building as tall as the atmosphere?
No. I'm just thinking of like, would that affect like climate and like the way everything works? But I'm like, it's not like we're building up in nature either. So I'm like, never mind. That doesn't make sense.
It depends of how much people fart out their windows.
Stupid.
If you have a whole tower of people just farting,
The whole ozone layer is filled with fart.
yeah,
It's like the, what movie is it? Alita? You guys see Alita?
Alita, yeah.
I didn't.
I tried.
Well, conceptually,
Just
right?
kidding, I
Like
didn't see
the
it.
higher up you go, the higher class you are.
Right.
And like everybody up there, like their trash and their junk that they spit out can be like treasure to people down here, so to speak.
oh, I want treasure.
You know what's crazy? We started this talking about being born, but then most of this conversation was about when we die.
We're more obsessed about death, the topic of death, than about birth.
Well, I think we already figured out that people fucked in December, and that's why.
That's why I was like, well, anyway.
Or like, shit, I've already been born. Haven't died yet. Gotta figure that one out.
True.
True.
I just want a tree house, man. Fuck all that. That's tall enough for me. You guys looking at towers like, damn! I don't know. I think a tree house is pretty sufficient. Hell yeah! Or a cliff house. You guys see those cliff houses
Oh,
where
that'd
they
be
build like a
sick.
modern ass house
Yeah.
in the middle of a cliff, and I'm like, who built this?
Yeah.
Tony Stark.
Wait, isn't the...
That's a sick house.
Yeah, that is a really sick house.
Crazy. And then I'm like, this is so much cliff, and there's no Costco nearby. Like, where do you get your
This
groceries?
is so much cliff.
Yeah, you gotta climb up.
Or do you feel like we'll start like building outwards towards like the ocean since we're on the west coast?
Over the
We already
water.
maxed out on the ocean.
No, I mean like you ever see those little almost I was about to say HomePod, Apple. Anyways, those little pods or like almost like mini bunkers that float, and then they turn them into luxury little kind of.
What?
Yeah, it's literally a circle.
Like Bora Bora, the one?
Yeah. You go up to them. There's like
Like a
bedrooms
overwater
inside.
bungalow?
Yeah. Overwater bungalow type stuff, but like it floats. It doesn't like stand on like sticks or anything like that. But I could totally imagine like a water world kind of city being built outwards towards
I
the
don't know if
ocean.
it would work because of how crazy the ocean is. Like with like the weather and stuff. Like there's all...
Oh, is it just a drift? It's just a floating
Yeah.
home?
But imagine if they're all connected by like nets, like a whole city. You know what I'm saying?
Or like a man-made island like in Dubai. Like the Palm.
Didn't those
in
fail?
the world.
No, they just failed with selling them. There's
Oh.
a bunch of houses that they have, or they didn't finish thing, but they have like the one that's the world and the one that's like
the palm
palm.
trees.
country, yeah, the palm trees. But there's properties on them. They just don't sell.
So they just gotta lower the price.
I don't know why people aren't just moving there. That's crazy. I'd move there.
Bali's pretty cheap.
Bollywood's
That was
pretty big.
3.